Hey, bless up, bless up, bless up. So today I'm going to give you some compelling reasons on why you should consider getting an RV before you go on this homestead journey. Let me just share with you some of the benefits in having an RV. We're starting out before you just go and dive into buying the land, clearing the land, and then put a permanent structure. I'm gonna give you some compelling reasons on why you should consider getting an RV. So reason number one, mobility and flexibility. Our RV has various ways that you can be mobile and then you can be flexible. Considering buying raw land, you're starting a new homestead, or even if you have existing location, knowing where you want to be at on the property is critical. Now, what you can do, having an RV, you can set up different homestead sites and get to trial and to see where the sun rises, where the sun sets. Your moist spots on your property. You also get a good point of view of how you want to just be seated on your property, because that mobility is a plus. And number two, it's immediate shelter and comfort. You don't have to build no structure, the frame, foundation, do all of that stuff. An RV comes as a full package. You have your electrical, you have your 12-volt supplies, you have your batteries, you have your propane, you have your heater, your AC. You got everything right there in that small unit or large unit, depends on what size you get. Now, I really recommend, if you're doing a long term, more than maybe 3 or 4 months, I definitely recommend that you try to look at the larger the better, especially at family size. The larger the better. Let me say that one more time. The larger the better, because you will need the room. You'll need the room, especially if you're looking at, maybe if you're building a home on your home site and you thinking about, it's going to take probably about anywhere from 6 months to 18 months to build that home. So if you're staying in an RV, consider the build quality, consider the things that it has and the stability of it, because I'm telling you, you want to have some type of creature comforts, and an RV is packed with everything that you need. So for some of you all, you're not born rich, you don't have a silver spoon in your mouth like myself, and you needed time, you needed to generate some more revenue to get into an actual structure. And then you also want to know which direction you want to go. We took a look at multiple ways to live, as far as a cabin, as far as building a barndominium and all of that good stuff. An RV gives you that flexibility to not be so pressured, because like I said, everything is contained, is there, and it's also cost effective to just allow you to go in, depending on your budget. RVs can range as low as $500–600. Granted, you got to put in some work in it, all the way up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you get to pick your budget. You get to pick what fits your budget. And then you don't want to sink a lot into your RV, because this is what you want to do. You want to go ahead and get a cost-effective place, and a place that you can have a roof over your head and you be sheltered from the weather. And an RV is great. It has that adaptability, and it can allow you to avoid some very costly things long term down the road. Because like I said, when you own your land with an RV, you get to try your different home sites. Now you go in there, you haven't cleared your land, you got trees all over your land. Then once you start clearing your land, you probably will change the habitat. You'll change all of your areas. Some areas that were not moist may be moist. You might have a sloping lot where runoff can come down a whole lot and compromise your foundation. So You want to have that mobility, have that flexibility, and in a cost-effective way with that RV. So I simply love and I recommend, if you thinking about going on this journey and you don't want to just be so settled and start with a foundation or with a solid structure, far as is there, is planted. Once it's there, you got to pretty much leave it. A RV is a great way. It's a great way to get started, and you can learn to adapt with being off-grid living. So I would say another thing would be learning how to adapt. Learning how to adapt with the whole off-grid living, because an RV is not totally like off-grid. I don't know if you can really call it off-grid, but it gets you close in proximity to that simulation of just being out there with nature. But at the same time, RV is maintenance. It's a lot of maintaining, a lot of upkeep. But like I said, everything is there, it's self-contained, and it allows you to have that flexibility. So just to kind of rebrief on some of these things I talked about, the mobility, the flexibility of RV definitely is recommended. Allows you to kind of relocate, be here, be there on your land, to kind of get to know your land and get to know where you really want to be at before you actually break ground on a permanent structure. It's immediate shelter. You don't have to wait around. Once you buy that RV, you bring it to your lot, you got immediate shelter. You got the bedroom, you got the kitchen, you got the bathroom, you got everything right there. So it's already there. Next thing, it can be cost effective. Depending on your budget, you can find an RV within your budget. It may not be to your liking sometimes, but it still gives you that foundational structure, allows you to kind of enter in and just kind of go through that process. And then lastly, learning how to adapt. Learning how to adapt with this whole lifestyle, being able to just flick on a switch, not conserving batteries, not conserving solar panel, backup system, generator, gas, propane. In the city, if you're moving from the city, you're moving from the modern day conveniences, you really don't realize how much energy you spend until you come out here on your land, you're living off your land. And then what this will do, it will slowly, gradually teach you to be more conservative, because gas is expensive, propane is expensive, and but sometimes you gotta buy water depending on your situation. You don't have a well yet, septic, moving septic from place to place. It will allow you to really embrace and have respect for this off-grid living. So hope these tips were beneficial to you. So if you're thinking about buying an RV, before you actually pull the trigger on that home, you got the land, you decide on what you want to do, whether you want to do a shed to home. I would recommend other things, and I'll share some of those other things with you as well. But an RV is a great way to kind of tip your toe in the water, and then it allows you to kind of see where you want to be at, how you want to be, and then you can have immediate shelter right there on your land. So hope these tips were beneficial for you. And if you would, please hit that like, hit the subscribe. And until the next time, be well, and don't forget to keep on growing. Grow.